Hey guys, Dmitry here with Serg Supply, and today we are installing a sink, or rather gluing the sink in. So without further ado, let's dig right in. Now before you tear me a new one down below, yes, I'm completely soaked in water. Brad just witnessed a water tank do its own thing all over my face without my consent. It sucked. So yeah, I'm a little wet, ignore that. You're not gonna need that for the video. You can do this dry in the comfort of your own home. So what we're doing today is cutting out a hole for the sink. I've got a scrap piece of slab here, and I've got an old Serg Supply sink that I'm not going to use. Even though if you buy one of our products, the countertop comes pre-cut, I wanted to make this video for folks that are making their own countertops. So we're gonna go through the process of masking, cutting, installing, sealing, and some tips and tricks along the way. So some tools you might wanna get if you don't have may include masking tape, pen or pencil, a straight edge, jigsaw, multi-tool, scary tool, and some silicone sealant. Let's get started with some setup. First things first, let's measure for our cutout. Now, you don't have to buy one of our sinks to do this. You can do this with your sink. I really don't care. But this process is going to be for top mount sinks. For under mount, maybe don't use the same tools. Big scary tool's not gonna make it look pretty. Maybe get a CNC to do that. But for top mount, this is gonna do just fine. So 14, the actual size is 13 3/4. I like a little bit of wiggle room. The reason being these actual stick-on weighted pads here make it a pain in your butt. So 14 wide, and for length, we're gonna do 16.5. So you can set masking tape down before, and you don't have to be lazy like me. A little masking tape under this will do just fine. I wanna make it nice and square. I'll go all the way around. Beautiful. Before I get crazy here, I want to transfer our 14 by 16.5. So let's measure this guy real quick. So I'm just gonna shimmy this over to get like a nice 15-inch center to center, you know what I mean? 14.5, there we go. These are our limits here. And then this way, it's gonna be 16.5. Visually pull 16.5 out of our rear ends here, center it, and then I'm going to take off. I'm gonna mark 16.5, sorry. I'm silly, guys. I'm a silly Billy. Let me just double check my measurements here, make sure everything's good. 14, 16.5, I'm a happy guy, bam. So this tells me, hey, on the outside of this line, that's where I'm going to be cutting with my cutting tool. Same thing here, bam. Outside of this tape line is my cut mark. And then with all four sides on, we can move on to a little bit of my favorite segment, violence in the shop. So as far as tools go, I've got my multi-tool. I'm not gonna use a jigsaw. This one is really nice because it has completely dull blades. So we're gonna change them out. Actually, you know what? I'll probably cut to show you what it looks. No, I won't. I'm gonna burn something down. The next thing is big scary tool. This thing keeps me awake at night. Big screwdriver, very long. Let's undo this. Ugh. Let's get this thing out of here. Coverage. And I want to install it like that. There we go, there we go. I'm gonna try to just use this for the corners. And the most important step of all, let's go get some safety gear. Let's get some glasses and some ear protection, then we'll start chopping.
Baby, how's the weather tonight? I hear Arizona's pretty. I guess I'm not surprised.
Okay, at this point in time, this slab is held up only by the power of hope, at which it's your obligation and duty to crush that hope. There you go. Now, if you use a jigsaw, of course, this will be probably easier, a lot cleaner. You can go really slow. I did not choose that approach. So let's test fit the sink, see how she looks. Very nice, I like. Next step, let's clean this thing off. I'll blow it off, get some isopropyl out here, and we will talk a little bit about sealing. There's no battery. Can't find the battery anywhere. Can sand and finish the insides of the opening on your countertops. It's really no big deal. I don't, unless it's like bamboo or something, or it's undermount, yeah, but in this case, for this particular situation, I do not think it is necessary. especially considering that this is going into a dumpster in like 15 minutes. So make sure that whatever finish you may already have on your countertop is not going to go bad from isopropyl. You might want to use something else instead, water, I don't know, pick something. But a lot of these urethanes will not react well to isopropyl, so please keep that in mind. I'm going to drop the sink where I want it to live, and I'm going to be very careful not to move it. This next part is critical. And we're going to take the masking tape and put a layer of masking tape along the outside with like a 1/16 gap around. We don't want it flush. We don't want too big of a gap. I mean like the smallest gap ever. Don't drink that. Beer's cheaper. I have a video where I did like a touch-up for a bunk window where I explained the more tape pieces you put down, the cleaner these edges will be. It applies for the sinks as well. I'm just cutting it off at a 45 here. With a radius this small, you know, not overly critical to have 1,000 curved pieces in line for this. Now for this next part, I do things a little bit differently. You do not have to do it the way I do it. I like to mask off the top surface of the sink, like outer bowl, let's call it. It's kind of my personal preference. But lately I actually started applying oil to the top so that I don't have to mask, because masking these rounded edges kind of sucks. And if you're a plumber and you have a better way to do this, drop it below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But today we're going to try that crazy method out. I'm going to take some oil, put it on my finger, and coat this outer lip with oil so that when I put that glue down and smear it, it's not going to stick to the sink itself. It's just going to stick to the oil, and then I can take it off real easy, nice and quick like. This stuff looks pretty oily if you ask me. Put it in my hair in the morning. Wife loves it. All right. Got plenty of oil on our finger, and now we're gonna apply said oil just to here. I don't want it to get on my wood, but with a 1/16 inch gap, honestly, I'm not super worried about it. I don't know, maybe this won't work, but it's worth a try. Transmission oil in my sink to make my dishes taste extra good. Next, let's go grab our sealant and our caulking gun, and then we'll move right ahead. I would recommend clear. I'm gonna do white for the video. It's gonna be way more visible that way. And the hole on here is like tiny, tiny, tiny. Guys, I really don't need a lot. Hey, Steven, do you know where the caulking gun lives?
On the bottom of that part.
Ah, yeah, okay. Very nice. Nice and white, look at that. Okay. I like to do my first bead on the inside edge of my opening, maybe even slightly overlapping. It doesn't need to be thick. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be crazy. It's okay if it drips down a little bit. Maybe put a paper towel underneath your working area. Oh, it's too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast. Too fast. Well, that is on the heavy side. So here we go. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's drop our sink in place very carefully. Okay, let's line it up with our tape lines and give it a little bit of pressure. Yep, it does squeeze out a little bit, but all good, not the end of the world. At this point, take the gun and do the tiniest little bead around the edge. Go slow as possible. Stop laughing at it. That was a good bead, dude. Stop laughing. Again, it's white right now. Yours should be clear, so you will not see this as much as, you know, I'm looking at it. Okay, here we go, folks. We're gonna start. I should have left my right glove on, huh? Right-handed. All right, let's get that in there. And then when it gets a little too thick, I'm just gonna wipe it off. The idea here is to get a nice seal between two surfaces, the wood and the edge of your sink top itself. Dude, that oil is actually doing wonders right now, Brad. I love it. Wow. At least I went light. Runarounds here, that would go. This next part is where things really start to feel a whole lot better. You can wait, you can let it sit and seal, do your thing. I personally don't like to. I like to peel this off quickly while it's still wet so I don't accidentally like pull some of that silicone off, and then clean up the top of the sink after. So let me grab a trash bin real quick and let's get this tape out of here. Here we go. Start peeling. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Again, the white is pretty visible. Clear's going to be way better. There's that little 16th gap that we were talking about earlier. It's going to be nice and neat on yours. And, you know, the best part is while it's still really wet, it's just going to settle down and give you a beautiful seal. And this is where the oil's really nice. Personally, what I'd recommend, if you got the thing plumbed, go ahead and fill it with water. I need some weight in here. I don't want this to move, and I want that silicone to really set in. Although weight would have been better before you do the outer perimeter, but in this case, of course, no water. I'm going to take it out and throw it away after anyway. But this is where you can go back with a rag, a clean rag, and start to wipe that oil off, and it just takes everything off with it, so you don't have to worry. I'm trying very hard not to let my rag go past the edge and pick up and reapply any unwanted silicone. Like a good squatter, you'll never be able to get rid of silicone. And the state might even get involved and side with the silicone. It's a crazy place to live, California. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you seal a sink. Again, use a clear silicone when you're doing this. The white is just for you to see how it goes. And overall, you can do it with a few simple tools. It's really not all that difficult. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you can seal any Serg Supply sink, or just about any top mount sink actually, with just masking tape, silicone, and a few basic tools. And again, if you're buying a Serg Supply or Rigwell product, it will arrive with the cutouts, and all you need to do is the gluing part. If you have a better method of making the silicone not transfer to the top of the sink or making it look better, maybe you're a professional plumber, I don't know, let people know below. Leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear how you get your sink glued in. So without further ado, I hope that has helped somebody out there. If you have a video request tutorial you guys want to see, please let us know below. Thank you so much, and happy building.